Hi guys, it's Vanessa. Again, I apologize for the darkness. But anyways, I'm going to do an overview today of my brushes. And I think I'm going to do a couple videos. So this first one is going to be overview of my face brushes. So let's get started because I have quite a few. So first we will start with Kabuki brushes. The one that I ever had and owned was the Mark Kabuki brush, and it comes like this. And this is my favorite just because it comes like this. It's like a little case, and then when you take it out, here's the brush, and it's a very small Kabuki brush. As far as size, nice and dense. It almost always keeps its shape because of the lid, so I like that. When I dry it, I kind of tend to push this up a little bit as well, just so that it retains that shape. That's my favorite thing about it. I use this, I've used it before for all over color, but it's kind of small, so it takes a while, like for my Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. So I mainly use it for blush as well as highlights, specifically my Mineralized Skin Finishes. So that's what I really like this for. The next one I have is a really tiny, even smaller one, almost about the same size to be honest, but it's a really small one from Elizabeth Arden. It's you can't buy it separately. It was actually in a just like a little goodie bag that my cousin gave me, and I think it's like supposed to be bad quality, but it's actually pretty good. It's slightly pokey, but it's good to just have as like an emergency, throw it in your bag kind of thing. Next I have the Essence of Beauty Kabuki brush. I mentioned this in my products that I don't love just because it sheds and splays so much, and although I hate like the sheds, it is incredibly soft, and I use it almost every day because I'm late almost every day. But I use it for my like Rimmel Stay Matte powder, as well as my Mineralized Skin Finish Natural, because as you can see I just have to do that and I'm like essentially done. Hi. Essentially done. So I like it because it covers a lot of area fast, and it is soft. It's just insanely sheddy, so that is what I don't like. And then lastly and most recently, I purchased the Chanel No. 8, they call it the touch-up brush, but it's their Kabuki brush. Super cute, has C's on the bottom. This brush is my love. It is a little pokey, I'm not going to lie, and I've washed it, but I still feel it to be slightly pokey, but it works like a dream with the Bronze Universal, which is what I use it for every single day. I think I used it once for my Mineralized Skin Finish Natural, but mainly I use this for my Bronze Universal. I just buff it in. I have a video on that, or my Soleil de Tan, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. It works great with that. So those are my Kabuki brushes. We'll do all over powder brushes. Okay, the first one I have is from Essence of Beauty, and it's a lot like the Kabuki brush actually, only you'll notice that it's flat and the Kabuki brush is not. But it's about the same size, and it covers a crap ton of surface area, just like this does. I use this a lot for my Mineralized Skin Finish Natural when I don't need that much of it, and when I'm in a rush, and for touch-ups. So it's really good for that. Super soft. I love this brush. I used to use it for blush, and I don't know what I was thinking because it's huge, but we learn, don't we? Next I have a Natural Beauty Total Face Brush. This came, it's all gross, this came in a little makeup kit that my mom got me, probably at like a TJ Maxx or something. Pretty soft, again, all over, because it, you know, dusts powder on really lightly. I think it's intended for mineral makeup, so it works good with my Mineralized Skin Finish Natural as well. This came with a free brush roll from Physicians Formula, and you can see it in a haul a while back, but it was like a free promo with Physicians Formula. This is kind of like a wide paddle brush. I use this mainly with like a highlighter or face illuminators in E's and 3's on my face. It's also really good for bronzer in that same way. Good for a quick blush since it covers like your whole cheek in one thing. It's also good for a quick blush application. We will do stippling brushes, skunk brushes. First one I have is from Ulta, and I apologize, they're all dirty, but this one is from Ulta, and Ulta calls it the highlighter powder brush, but this is comparable with the MAC 187. I've heard that this one particularly is extremely comparable. People say it's the exact same thing as the MAC one. It's really soft. It retails less than the MAC one. I think the MAC one is like 40 something, and this one's 30 or something like that. However, great brush for foundation. It's really good for the application of foundation, really good for light dusting of all over powder, great for blush, great for highlight and stuff like that because of these bristles. It picks up a very light amounts of stuff. So for very high pigmented blushes, this is great. It's also really good for cream products, like a cream blush. And then another one I have that's about the same size, a little bit smaller than it, is this one. It's called the Duo Fiber Optic Brush, and it's from like Luminaire or something like that. I ordered it online. This one is really soft. I like it a lot. They're kind of the same. I think this one, the white hairs there's more of them and they're more densely packed. And this one I think is a little more sparse, and you can kind of tell a little bit there. And then I also have the MAC 188 brush, which is the smaller version. You can tell in comparison how much smaller it is. This one is great for cream blushes as well as mousse blushes. It's good for, also good for foundation if you want to be a little more precise. It's just going to take a lot more time. It's good to get in the little crevices and stuff, so I know people like it for that. Great for highlight and good for contouring as well. Contour brushes. I have 3 of them. The first one is from Image Essentials, and it's their Angle Blush Brush. Then I have the Natural Beauty Blush Brush, and this one is angled and very Essence of Beauty Control Powder Brush. Next, we'll do fan brushes. I only have 2. This one is the Soft Fan Brush, again on your face. This one is from Avon, so that's that. Next, we can do these sort of like buffer brushes. I don't know what to call them. So first we have this brush, and it's the blush and bronzer brush from Marc. I like this brush a lot. I used to use it as my only blush brush, and it's really good at putting a lot of blush down, but the problem is it's a lot of blush, so you really have to blend with it a lot, so that's why I stopped using it for that. It's good for all over bronzer because it really buffs in the color. Good for all over color. It's kind of like, I just consider it like a Kabuki with a long handle, so I really like this one a lot. One that kind of reminds me of it is this Essence of Beauty Blender Brush. I got this as a like gift with purchase. It came with another one, and they sell a larger size of this, and it's about the size of this one. Oddly, very comparable to that I've found is the MAC 109, which is my favorite one out of all of them. I consider this a all-in-one cheek brush because you could do a great contour with it. You can do a great blush with it, and you could do a great highlight with it. And on top of that, I consider it an all-in-one face brush because you could do powder with it, and you could do liquid and foundation, and it applies like a dream, gives you the airbrush finish. The only problem is this brush sheds. Also really great product with the Chanel Bronze Universal, but again the shedding is kind of a problem there. We have my blush brushes. So the first one is from Physicians Formula. It's from that same free kit. Next is the Ultra Professional Blush Brush, and this is kind of like, I don't even know, I guess paddle shaped. It's kind of a weird shape, and I always thought I would hate this, but it actually ended up being one of my favorite blush brushes. Next is the Marc Powder Brush. I use this again solely for blush. And then this is a Low Cornell Round Mop Large number 277, 129 dupe. Great for blush, blends color beautifully, and I feel like an artist when I use it, so I like it a lot. Those are my blush brushes. And then finally, I have these 2 bad boys that I didn't know what they went under. This is a foundation brush from Face Secrets. This is good for applying foundation in a traditional way. If you're a makeup artist, this is good for applying moisturizer or primer to your clients. Also good for cream colored application of blush. And if you're going to turn like a lipstick into a blush, this is kind of good to apply it as well. Also good for tinted moisturizers and things of that nature. It just takes a little bit more work, or else you can come out looking streaky with this. And then lastly is my MAC 165 brush. I love this brush, much like the 109 brush. I think it's an all-in-one cheek brush. Fantastic for contour because it's kind of, it's a dome shape. Dome shape, so it's like very flimsy. So when you place the color, you can place it and then you can do a lot of swirling and blending out. So it's really good for that. Also really good for highlights, and it's really good for blush for the same reason, because you can start and then blend it out. So I love this for all over cheek and then highlights. And I just threw it across the room. So I guess that's it.